Talking true crime with MJ. Cases on the screen, yeah, we mainstay. Breaking down facts, every frame weight. City in a voice, every word blade. They throw dirt, plot in a group chat, smile in her face. Same ones who do that. Think she soft cause she cute, let them think that. Till they see how she moved and they fall back. Men locked and can't miss one show. Refresh page when the upload go. Women watch too, tryna study her glow. Some take notes of the ones throw stones. Combos with MJ, tap and stay live. Hit like his share, yeah, help her rise. They hate, they plot, but she built from fire. Click sub on a page if you feel that vibe. Combos with MJ, true cut like steel. Stream run deep, cause the pain's so real. They talk, but they can't break will. So like and subscribe if you know that feel. You count climb, that's the proof right there. Can't dim shine when the grind is rare. Self-made queen in a swivel back chair. Whole new world in a ring light glare. She stack funds, every post, every ad. Turning dark stories to a big brown bag. Knows the law, knows rights, never move sad. If you cross lines, then it's up, that's bad. Men obsessed, blowing up her DMs. I love you, marry me, she just skims. Women envy, wanna walk in her Timbs, but she stay or never trade for them. Combos with MJ, tap and stay live. Hit like his share, yeah, help her rise. They hate, they plot, but she built from fire. Click sub on the page if you feel that vibe. Combos with MJ, true cut like steel. Stream run deep, cause the pain's so real. They talk, but they can't break will. So like and subscribe if you know that feel. All that gossip, all that noise. Can't shake poise, can't steal voice. Can't stay clean, mind stay sharp. Heart stay strong in the deepest dark. Convos with MJ, tap and stay live. Hit like his share, yeah, help her rise. They hate, they plot, but she built from fire. Click sub on the page if you feel that vibe. Convos with MJ, true cut like steel. Stream run deep, cause the pain's so real. They talk, but they can't break will. So like and subscribe, let the fam all build.
All right, we are back into it. Thank y'all so much. I said I was going to come back in a couple of minutes. Hopefully that worked. If not, if my landscape is not working, I am sorry. I apologize. I will get it fixed the next time I go live, probably tomorrow. So without further ado, we get into the second the second part of the show. Welcome back to everyone, all my day ones, Ricardo, Young Riaz, Sweetheart, Brucey, Cat's Eye. How are you doing this Saturday, dear? Shout out to you. Welcome back. We're going to get straight into it. Y'all know what it is. Hit the like button for me. Truly appreciate it. It helps the channel. Or hit the down button. If you don't like it, it still helps the channel. Share this out to anyone who is interested in these things, okay? So, we're going to go back to a terrible mother who realized that she might never go home. Like I said, this is a trigger warning case because a child lost their life in this particular case. There seemed to be child neglect, child abuse, a lot of drugs involved. So we're going to have to look into this. Like I said, I don't like, hearing horrible things happening to children, but this is the world that we live in today. So we need to be made aware. We don't have to, we have to just be mindful that this is what goes on. Okay. So let's go on. Let's see. Poop Mom says cow. Hey, TJ, how are you doing? Happy Saturday to you. He said, love your landscape. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. Thank you. Shout out to you. That's not this type of show. Green 87. That's not that type of show. We don't show feet. I don't show body figures and stuff like that. You mean to go on to OnlyFans? Yes, OnlyFans. You can find all the feet you want. Okay. Shout out to you. Hey Raj, how are you doing? Happy Saturday. Thank you for coming. Truly appreciate it. And I hope everything is well with your family. Let's see. Joanne said, I had to take a call. Oh, don't worry about it, sweetheart. Don't worry about it. Thank you so much. I'm glad that you're back. Okay. I appreciate it. Glad that you're back. And Ismail, how you doing? How you doing? It's good to see you. Happy Saturday. Thank you for joining us. I truly appreciate it. I truly, truly appreciate it. All right, let me go ahead and pull this up, guys, and then we will get into it. Remember, like I said, trigger warning, okay? If you don't like hearing things about kids, you can go ahead and step away. I do not mind. All right. I hope you can see this. And here we go.
To reports of a non-responsive child in Silver City, New Mexico. When they arrive on scene, they find a small home surrounded by piles of garbage. Inside the home, they find a male and a female sleeping on the floor, and a 7-year-old boy lying on the floor next to them.
Let's go, get up.
Yes, hurry up.
Let's go, hurry up, get up.
I'm going.
You guys need to get out. We got a 10-7.
The police find the body of a 5-year-old girl under one of the parents.
Did y'all smoke dope?
Huh? No.
Fentanyl? What is it?
No, it's not fentanyl.
How old is your sister?
Just turned 5 yesterday.
She just turned 5?
What did you take?
Don't remember taking anything.
I don't know what it is.
Keep talking. I need to know.
Yeah.
I need to know so that we can help your kids.
The father of the 2 children, 38-year-old Matthew Banam, claims he doesn't know what drugs he took that caused him to pass out, and then he refuses to talk to the police anymore. The mother, 34-year-old Music Adam, is sent to the hospital, where doctors confirm she is okay.
I've done a lot of drugs in my life, and I've never felt anything like I did last night.
Music claims she has no idea what happened the previous night that led to her passing out. After the doctors tell the police that Music is fine and is allowed to leave the hospital, the police bring her to the local police department and put her into an interrogation room. At this point, Music doesn't know that one of her children is dead.
So the deputies, when they got to the house, they put you in what's called investigative detention, right? So because of that, I'm going to read you your rights.
What is the biggest likelihood that I'm going to be able to get my kids back?
I can't give any kind of opinion. Okay, and I'm kind of in a position right now where I can't really talk about the case itself without knowing the answer to that question. So my job is to figure out what happened today, and you are someone that can give me information that I obviously wasn't there for.
Yes.
So I'm playing a little bit of catch up. So
I want to know just as much what happened today. We were all super sick last night, and the last thing that we ate was some chocolate cake that I got from my daughter for her birthday party. She had a birthday party at Penny Park from 1 to 4. We left a little bit early because it was getting really cold. And we got, before the party, we got chocolate cake with white frosting, like rainbow frosting from Albertsons. And that's all that it had on it. And then we got some candles to put on the cake, 5 candles.
Okay. So, just before we continue to go on to the interrogation, if y'all didn't have a good look of the first initial part of this video, the police was called. I don't know who called, but the police was called. That house was in shambles. It seemed like a form of hoarding, right? It was garbage all over the place. It was so bad that her and I guess her partner was literally laying on the floor in the middle of the living room with garbage and everything all around them. It was very, very, very bad. We already know that we could tell that there's a lot of mental issues probably going on in that house, as well as drug use, right? A lot of drug use. The call was called because a kid was non-responsive. Now, I don't know if the call came from the other children, but one of the siblings, a 7-year-old, was unresponsive, laying on the side of them. And that's what we got from the beginning of the video, when the police actually came in there and they told them to get up. They were so high, they went to sleep. So they didn't even know what's going on. So she doesn't even know that one of her kids has passed away at this point. This is how much neglect that has been happening. Now, what they're going to try to figure out is it, how can I put it? Is it child neglect or child abuse that led to this young child losing their life? because they were under the influence, because maybe the kids got into their drug source and used it themselves, or was it any kind of physical abuse that occurred with this kid? So at this point, they're now going to interrogate the mom. She's going to explain that, she was using drugs. They were supposed to go to a birthday party for a neighbor a little bit later on. So she used drugs earlier just to keep her calm and cool and to prepare to go to the party. But she felt that she was fine afterwards, but she doesn't even remember what happened. What she's going to explain to the detectives is that whatever she took this time was something that she never felt before. Like, she was pretty much in a coma and she doesn't know anything that was happening with her children, but she swears up and down that maybe her children did not get into her stash. But we will see. We will see. We shall see. All right, let's see. Like I said, welcome to everybody who came back. Truly appreciate you. Karen, it's good to see you. How you doing, Corinne? Happy Saturday to you. Happy Saturday. Abel, how you doing? He said, can I be your friend? Yeah, you're my friend. You're my friend. Shout out to you. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the channel. Yes, please hit the like button. I truly appreciate it. Brucey says, like the stream. You love it. Thank you, Brucey. I truly appreciate it. Oh, you're from Tanzania, East Africa. Shout out to you, sir. Shout out to you. Shout out to East Africa. Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yes, Peyton, I will. Thank you. Shout out to you. Shout out to you. All right, and here we go.
Put on the cake. And I still have those candles in my purse, I'm assuming. I do smoke weed and speed, but I had not imbibed any speed.
Okay, so just to be clear with speed.
Methamphetamine.
Thank you. I appreciate
I do not use them regularly. It was just kind of like I wasn't feeling good. It doesn't matter. That's all just excuses.
Hey, Christy,
but anyway,
how are you?
I had not used any past like noon 30 at the very latest. Was the last time that I yesterday.
Okay.
Yes. Right before heading out to her party.
Okay.
And there was nothing that she could get in the room. The room is extremely messy, and that is true. And we're working on it. We don't have a vehicle right now to even take it to the dump. So it's really
hard.
It is hard.
Crazy hard.
And we had a friend that was letting us use their truck. Dump runs and stuff.
Okay.
And yeah,
hi Leslie.
Not recently, but like
happy Saturday.
Occasionally, I've just done weed and speed. And I've done a lot of drugs throughout my life. My name is music. My parents named me.
How are you?
That's the life I grew up in. But I've never felt like I did last night. It was unreal. Like, I couldn't hold myself up. My daughter and my son couldn't hold themselves up. I had no idea what was going on. I just wanted us to get some sleep, and I thought that would help. And I don't know. I don't know what it was, but that's why I really, really, really want to see the blood work and stuff, because that was not like anything I've ever experienced.
It's extremely weird, right?
Yes.
Just like that, stuff like that doesn't really happen.
Well, it happened last night, and I don't know how it happened, and I don't know if I don't have any idea what happened, but I want to know what was in my system, and I want to know how it got to my kids' system, because they did not get in. I'm telling you. And an investigation will have to be done, and that is fine with me. But I know that I do not do fentanyl or heroin. I know that. And so if that's in my system, and if that's in my little girl's system, somebody fucking put it there. Sorry, excuse my language, but I do not do.
You can speak however you want. You're going through some shit right now. Straight up.
No, I want to speak eloquently because I don't want to
be misconstrued.
I don't want to be misconstrued.
I hope everything's
I know that a lot of people come through here lying about what they do, and I am not here to lie about what I do. I'm here to figure out what happened to my children, because they are the best thing that ever happened to me. And I'm not the best thing to ever happen to them. But I just want to know they're okay.
So
I want the opportunity to become the best thing for them, and to show them how much birthday, and when we got to the party, there was some other bigger birthday going on, and it's just really hard. It's hard not having a car and living all the way out there. And just trying to desperately get my kids to school on time every day, man.
I'm not the kind of cop that I'm here to catch people up. That's not what I'm about. With what's going on today, my goal is to find out what happened so I can do right by your kids.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That is my only work. That's the only thing I'm after. And it seems like you're really on that page too, which is super helpful, because believe it or not, there are a lot of parents that come through here and otherwise that will do everything to sell their kids out so they get away or whatnot. But that's not what this is, okay?
No.
That is not what this is. This is a matter of us having a conversation, trying to figure out what happened.
It was just my little girl's birthday party. That's all it was. We had cake. We didn't have ice cream because it melted. But we had cake, and we had some chips, Doritos, and Ruffles.
So that happens. You guys have some cake. And then later on, it starts getting cold.
It started getting cold, so we headed home. And then Zaki wanted.
So so far on a surface level, she does seem like she's regretful. You know, like she seemed like she has a lot of guilt in her, right? Because she knows she's under the influence. She knows that there is some neglect there. She is expressing that she has tried to do the best that she can, and that she knows that she's been failing horribly, and that she haven't had the support to support her kids the way that she wants to support them. They still have to find out what happened to that little girl and why she was non-responsive, right? So far they have not given her any detail on that. They have just allowed her to express her mind, express as much as she knows as possible about the situation. But y'all guys, y'all seen the house, right? If she was doing drugs, or how heavy she does drugs, I'm surprised that she even remembered the birthday. And then that's also kind of draws conclusion to me, because you said that you was using someone else's drugs, because I guess you ran out of funds to get drugs that you would normally get, or go to the person that you go to get your drugs. So you was using someone else's drugs, and that could be laced with other things in there. And she was alluding to that's the reason why she felt different, and that she was knocked out for a certain period of time. I think we're going to just let it play a little bit more to see the questions that they ask her, to see if something else come out. But it does just seem like a strung out woman, a mother who's on drugs. And because of the amount of neglect that she was pretty much she had for herself and her household, one of her childs lost their lives because of it. It's sad. It's very sad. Let's see. Again, how you doing, Victoria? Happy Saturday to you, and welcome. Toki, how you doing? Toki Share, how you doing? Happy Saturday to you. Happy Saturday. Let's see. Oh my God, yeah, Luna, whatever battles that you're going through, I hope everything works out, my dear. I really, really do. Prayers is up for you. Prayers is up for you. I'm so sorry. The Grizz says women. Huh. Let me find out you about to be another Brucey. Shout out to you. Happy Saturday, sir. Let's see. Baby could have choked on something, got something stuck. Yes, exactly, Brucey. Exactly. Yeah, I have an accent. How you doing, Chip Diamond? Happy Saturday. Jasper said, I agree with you, Bruce. Something in the matter could have happened. Right. Okay, so let's see. Peyton, what are you saying come on for? I don't understand. Hi, Trey. How you doing? Happy Saturday. Good to see you. Colin, how are you? Happy Saturday. Oh, Colton. Is it Colton? Yeah, Colton, how are you? Happy Saturday. Okay, give me a second, Peyton. Jesus. Let's see. Steve said, how long after her arrest was this interview? This is right after Stephen, right after. Demetrius, hi, how are you doing? Happy Saturday to you. And Theon, how are you doing? Happy Saturday. This is a mother who's being interviewed. So far, one of her children was found non-responsive. She deals with drugs, and they're trying to get to the bottom of this. All right, let's go on.
To know she could have one more slice of cake, and I said sure, and we all had a slice of cake before bed. And that's when things just started to get weird. I don't know if it was like, I've never had a sugar high like that. Like, I don't know what happened. I don't think it was the cake or anything. I don't know what it was.
What about the heater for the house?
The home that Matthew and Music shared with their 2 children did not have heat or running water. For warmth, they would burn coals inside the home, and the only ventilation was a small gap in a window. The couple had been warned before that they needed to open the windows if they were burning coal to prevent carbon monoxide poisoning.
The heater, we don't have the propane hooked in. We're out of propane.
And the coals?
Hi, Brios.
Like the coals or whatever you were burning in there?
Yeah, it was coals. They were coals. But we burn them all the way to coals so they don't smoke the place out, and then we vent the window. Normally we have a propane heater, and when we have the propane hooked up to the heater that's up against the wall, we still leave it vented because the kids were, a while back, like when we first moved in, this was over a year ago, my son was waking up, throwing up, and we discovered it's because we had all the windows shut with the propane heater on, so it wasn't ventilating properly, so we started leaving the windows just cracked, and that was enough, and all the throwing up stuff. I don't know if they recorded that or not, but there should have been at least 2 windows cracked in the house. And just, like,
and
mass
the kids.
confusion.
What about the kids?
The kids were fine. The kids were fine all the way up until I woke up in the middle of the night because Zaki was crying and Zai was crying, and they appeared to be asleep. Like they were having night terrors, but like severe night terrors. But they were fine when they laid down to snuggle with me. After we had the cake, everybody was fine. My son put on some YouTube, and everything seemed fine, and I crashed out. And then I woke up to my kids, they were crying. And Zaki was kind of...
About what time was that, do you know?
I don't have any idea, but my husband might know. My husband might know because he came out of the fifth wheel over to the tiny home to see what was going on, to see why everybody was crying, and to lay down with us. And he said he was feeling really crappy, and he was trying to get my son to calm down, and I had Zaki trying to calm her down or like maybe wake her up so that she was not, you know, I wasn't like, I was just being gentle, like rubbing her forehead and stuff, you know, like just trying to get her to wake up, or because she was crying, she was alive, you know, she was crying, and we just couldn't figure out what it was that was making them cry. And my son was curled up in a little ball, and we had no idea what was going on, but eventually they quieted down, and there was just like a little whimper every now and again, but they were okay, they were breathing, they were responsive somewhat, you know, like there were vital signs, you know. And in hindsight, I should have just called. I should have called right then.
You went to sleep with the kids in the tiny house. Everything was okay at first, and then they started crying. So you're trying to soothe them, you're doing the mom thing. Your husband hears what's going on, so he comes from the white RV into the tiny home.
Mm-hmm.
And joins you guys in bed, or what happens now?
Yeah, he laid down next to my son.
Okay.
To try and calm Zai down, because I had both of them, and so he knew that I wasn't feeling well, and so we were both just trying to calm the kids down. We were trying to figure out why they were crying, like, are you hurt? We kept asking them, are you hurt? Do you have a bellyache? Can you breathe? You know, and they just were, it was like they were having night terrors, like they weren't responding to any, like if you asked them a question, there was no yes or no, there was just crying, you know, but they were both crying, like they were both alive and crying, which doesn't make it okay that I didn't call the EMS, like that makes it worse, I guess, but no.
Did you ever wake up on top of her?
No, that's never happened.
Okay, including last night, right?
Including last night.
Okay.
Last night, when I woke up, she was in between me and my husband. She was...
So even if I think that everything that she's saying is the God honest truth, there's a lot of neglect that happened, and it seems like she's been neglectful to her children and the household for a very long time before it got to the point where you didn't know why your children was crying uncontrollable, right? There's nothing that you could do or even your husband can do to soothe them. There's a lot of neglect. Like y'all see that place. That place is in shambles. They said that the air quality in that house, the tiny house, was horrible. They only had one window where they would get any ventilation going on in there. It seems that they had rotten food. It could have spores, mold. There's all these things that can be messing up and damaging these kids' lungs and what they're sleeping in and stuff. Or I don't know whether if I believe that she's really being completely honest. Is there was still neglect regardless. And then she admitted herself that she heard that the children was crying and that she decided not to do anything. She admitted that herself, that she just thought it was nothing. She thought that once her husband went over there, he would get them straightened out and it was nothing to worry about. So you have ignored your children when they was alerting you that something was wrong, right? Oh man, I hate when I hear things about kids. It really does bother me. Let's see. Illegitimate said, "Oh hell no, I seen this one. Oh my god, it's horrible. Oh goodness." Narpy, the gamer, how are you? Hi, happy Saturday. Happy Saturday. Trey said no spoilers. Right. Don't spoil. Because I didn't even see it all. I just only read a little bit of it. And trigger warning, again, trigger warning. If this is not your type of cup of tea, I completely understand for y'all to go ahead and come back, and you could probably join us on the next case. Emily said, burning coal on top of rotten fruit, meat, whatever food could absolutely have caused them not to breathe. Them not responding to questions and them just whimpering is awful. Absolutely. 100%, Emily. 100%. Man, let's go on.
In between us, like you could see her face, you could see her whole body, and it was tripping me out, and I kept trying to sit up, but I could not sit up, like, for the same reason I can't. I don't know if you can see this hand right now, but it's super swollen, and I don't have any idea what's going on with it, but it is in a lot of pain. But I was trying so hard to sit up. I even told my husband, I was like, push me up. I need to check on Zachy, like, something's not right. And I just couldn't sit up, and I saw her right there, and I just couldn't sit up. I couldn't even sit up to get to the phone, like.
What made you know that something was wrong? Was it something different than the shivering, whimpering, or was there something else?
She was very still.
Okay.
Is she okay?
Music asks if her daughter is okay, but the detective decides it's best not to tell her what happened, at least not yet. He ignores her question, and he asks her to stay on track and tell him the rest of the story.
I just kept trying to sit up. I started screaming for help because I couldn't get up. I could not get up. I could not sit up. Even when the cops came in, they were telling me, get up, and I was like, I'm trying to get up. Like, believe me, I want to get up right now. Like, I couldn't get up. This side of me, it was like something was stabbing me down or something.
And then that's where we got involved. All right, so thank you. I know that's kind of a lot to go through.
Definitely, yeah.
Okay.
Definitely neglect.
Right, is that your son's name? Zai?
If it's not malicious child abuse.
I checked on him at the hospital when I saw you. So from what they're thinking, at that time, things could have changed. He looks like he has a touch of pneumonia.
Okay.
Okay, but I mean, otherwise, he seemed pretty okay. They're treating them. They're going to do what doctors do.
Yeah.
Right, and check him for all sorts of stuff. Zachy, she didn't survive. Sorry.
What did they say happened?
We don't know.
One of her
We have no
children
idea.
passed away, and it seems like it could have
We
been
are going the full 9 yards to figure out what it was that happened.
Please do.
So that's why I wanted to talk to you and Dad, just to figure out, because this stuff doesn't really happen, right?
No.
So I'm so sorry to be the one to have to tell you that. You shouldn't have to hear this from someone that you don't even know. But
She hit it.
But we are going to look into it as deeply as we possibly can to try to get a better answer for what happened.
Can I please see my son?
The deputy that took him to the hospital turned him over to CYFD because we had the death of a child.
Yes, how come they didn't turn him over to his grandparents?
Because that was the decision that he made at that time. It was to give him the CYFD and then they can do their safety plan and that kind of stuff. I did have a conversation with the worker who did mention grandma. I would assume that's your mom?
Yes.
Okay, so about reaching out to grandma to see if placement with her is going to be appropriate, and after solving what it is that he's got going on, if it's pneumonia or what have you. Because if he has to be hospitalized, well, then obviously he's going to be there for a while.
Yeah.
Parent to parent, I hate that I'm going to ask you this question, but I have to ask out of respect to your daughter.
Yes.
Did you know she was dead?
I didn't know. I wasn't sure, but I did feel like something wasn't right. And so that's when I started calling out. Because I was just calling out for help. I did not know. I just knew something wasn't right.
Because, I mean, sometimes things happen, right? But that's why we got to look at everything. We got to look at this whole picture.
Please look at everything. Please look at everything, because please look at everything.
100%. It's like I said, I'm not the kind of cop I'm here to catch anybody up. That's not what this is. Okay? What this is a matter of trying to figure out what happened. Because right now it's a mystery. Nobody knows. No one knows what happened. I did try to talk to your husband. He refused to make a statement to me. So I couldn't speak to him about it to get more information.
Does he know?
Yeah, he knows. I told him.
I was just asking.
But we are going to look at it at every angle we possibly can.
One of her child's passed away.
Okay. So I have to look at it a lot of different ways. Obviously, I got to look at it in the role of a cop, right?
Yeah.
Gathering evidence, blah, 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 blah.
I just want to know what happened. I want to know what happened.
And then we'll have a team of medical professionals that are going to examine your daughter and do everything that they can possibly do to figure out what it was that happened to her that caused this to happen.
The examination into her daughter's death would show that she died from carbon monoxide poisoning. Additionally, tests done on her son would show that he had been exposed to methamphetamine.
So now, knowing what you know, is there anything that stands out to you that you think I should be aware of as something of importance for consideration?
I just thought it was bizarre how...
So it seemed it was a combination of carbon monoxide poisoning as well as meth, them being exposed to meth that led to her 7-year-old daughter losing her life. They tested the son, and the son had meth in his system. If anything, this just seems like a brutal case of child neglect and child abuse. Like, those kids was living in severe they were just living in very severe conditions, right? Horrible living conditions, not even worthy for an animal, right? Like, the way how they were living, farm animals are in better living conditions than the way how they were living. There was no concern about, keeping the house clean and tidy and, creating or making sure that it was good air circulation. Obviously, it seemed like they was having financial problems because she was talking about, not having a car and the travel to get them to school and stuff. So I wouldn't think that they will be checking if gas is going on in their house or anything of that sort. I wouldn't expect them that they will be checking for that. And then on top of that, they are drug addicts. They are severe drug addicts. They're using meth, they're using all kind of things. And in this particular time, she ended up using a friend's drug, right? And we don't know what other people are into. Some people like to mix their stuff with other things. They like to lace their stuff with other things, and when she took this particular drug, she felt weird and different which made her fall asleep for a very, very long time. But then, like I said, when you heard your child crying and you was wondering what was going on, you literally turned over and you allowed them to continue to cry. The husband went in there to go check up on them because I guess he heard them from out in the shed. When he came back into the tiny house, he wasn't able to soothe them. At no point, because I guess how much drugs you was under the influence of, you couldn't even get up or stand up to go and check her, nor did you call 911 when you started to see that something was wrong with her. And that is going to play a big part to what verdict or what conviction that she and the husband would get, because now they got to know whether or not, if she knew that her child was already dead and she decided just not to do anything about it because she was too like stoned and high, or was it just really just like pure neglect, pure neglect in the sense that she was under the influence of drugs so bad she didn't even know what was going on with her. This is what they're trying to figure out right now. But it's completely 100% child abuse and child neglect, just off the fact of how the house looked. A CPS agent with the most basic logic would be like, yeah, I don't think this is the right environment for these type of children. It's crazy, man. Really crazy. Jasper said, I wonder how did the son get meth in his system? I'm wondering that too. It depends on his age, right? If he's a certain age, maybe he could have swallowed it, ate it, they could have left it out. Crazy one, how are you? Happy Saturday. Said, that's crazy. Oh my God, and for real, right? The Chronic said, we need lower housing prices. Yeah, there's a lot of things that need to be lowered. Jasper said, most definitely child abuse and child neglect. Yeah. The Chronic said, probably fentanyl. Yes. Hey, Larky, it's good to see you this Saturday. How are you? Hope everything's well, dear. Hope everything's well. Luna said, this breaks my heart for the baby. So sad there is an angel that left this world too soon. I agree, Luna. I really do agree. It really does hurt. Yeah, I understand King Cosme. I definitely do, King Kamikaze. I do. The harder the drugs are usually cheaper, like $5 a pop. Yeah. Hi, Starlight. How are you doing? Happy Saturday to you. Happy Saturday. Let's go on a little bit more.
How sloppy we all were. It just was weird. I should have called when she was crying and was asleep. I should have rolled out of that house. I would have. When she pees herself, which she doesn't do all the time, but when she does get her pants wet in the middle of the night, she frequently will take her pants off, but she usually puts fresh panties on, or she wakes me up and asks me to get her some pants. But I don't know that I would have been wakeable at that time, but I do know that she's been known to do that when she pees the bed. But she doesn't pee the bed a whole lot. She's been getting a lot better because we've been making sure to make her use the body. Before bed. But last night we didn't do that. We just ate cake and...
I have another hard question.
Yeah.
And again, I hate to ask, but I gotta ask it. Sometimes when kids cry at night, it's extremely difficult to deal with.
Yeah, but it's not. I just wanted to soothe them. There was no shaking or any violence.
So I have to ask the question.
I understand that.
Did you do anything that would have caused her to die?
Saturday, Carol.
No, I did not. I snuggled with her and I was rubbing on her forehead like this to try, because that helps soothe her sometimes. She saw it in Frozen. And the mom went like this to the daughter, and that's what I was doing because it helps to soothe her sometimes. She's never had night terrors like that.
Hi, Aiden. How are you?
Sometimes when she's having a hard time going to sleep, that's what I do, and it helps her to get to sleep. But I just snuggled with her. I just held her, and not like tight. Like how I usually snuggle with her. How I've snuggled with her the last 5 years of her life.
Any reason to believe that your husband could have hurt your kids?
No. My husband and I,
it does.
He's been violent a little bit towards me, but never the kids. He's never, not even close. And it's always, a lot of times he's violent towards me because he doesn't feel like I'm doing right by the kids. So I'm not saying that's right or wrong or anything, but he would never hurt the kids. Even if they were being frustrating with the night terrors, like, he came in to help, and I don't believe that my husband would hurt the kids. I've seen him in rages, and he's never hurt the kids, in blind rages.
Okay.
So.
One of those things to have to ask, you know.
No, I feel you, and I know you're going to have to investigate, and...
There's always something else that someone could have done. Always. Even if you had done something perfectly, you look back at it and there was something else that you could have improved on. That's just the way it is. But this is where you're at now. What's really important is how you choose to move forward.
Does I know his sister's dead?
I don't know that for sure. I believe CYFD may have told him that, but I couldn't tell you definitively yes or no. I would assume before long he'll know, if he's going to wonder where you guys are at and what's happening type of situation. But he was sleeping when I saw him.
How does this go from here?
So what's going to happen right now is that, like I said, how I told you we treat everything like a homicide.
Yeah.
So what's happening right now is I'm working on the search warrant for your property. Considering that we had a death there, we're going to look at everything that we possibly can to see if we can find a root source of this is our smoking gun, right? So this is what caused that, or this could have helped this issue develop and blah, blah, blah. So we're going to look at that kind of stuff. So I got to investigate it kind of criminally on that side until we know otherwise that it's not.
A child abuse
at the same time, we're going to have medical professionals do their thing and try to solve it on a medical standpoint, of regardless of circumstances and whatever. What does the science tell us, right? And then we're going to have to come together with that and see where that puts us. Okay. Do you have any other questions for me?
Just if they could be placed with their grandparents, either in, so they have grandparents in Florida, which I know is the way, and they have grandparents here, and they have grandparents in El Paso, and just, I don't want to see them in the system, because I know people that were broken in the system, and have terrible experiences in the system, and I know that you can try to do what you want, but they were with me when this happened, you know, so it's really hard for me to trust the system. But I can trust my my mom, and I can trust these people, and I know that they will do right by my children.
Well, I can't speak to their process. They have the legal right to make whatever decision that they need to make. So I'm kind of not involved in that one. They'll kind of tell me, hey, this is what we did after all because of X, Y, Z or whatever. But I will be in communication with them to... We all try to work together to try to solve the problem. So we all kind of look at it in a different way. They look at the social side of it. The doctors do the medical side of it. I do criminal side of it. And then we come together and find where's that middle ground, and that's the most appropriate thing to do. And I'm sure you probably don't want to be here anymore.
Too, Dave.
I don't want to be in jail either.
Well,
but I just want to be... I just wanted to be last night again. I just wanted to be last night again, and I want to be holding my boy.
As of the making of this video, neither parent has been convicted of any charges related to the death of their child. Matthew and Music are both facing first-degree felony charges of child abuse resulting in death. If found guilty, the maximum sentence they both could be looking at is life in prison. What are your thoughts on this case? What should their punishments be? Please share your thoughts in the comments below. On March
That was a sad case, guys. I know I don't like hearing things about kids losing their lives, but yeah, it was just neglect and it was child abuse. They were not concerned about those kids the way that they need to be concerned. You even heard it with her interrogation. She was explaining everything, but she was just like, look, as long as they're breathing, they're okay. As long as they was able to eat something, they're okay. Like everything combined to her motherhood was literally I guess the basics, right? There's pretty much the basics, right? And it's like, you know, this is why having a clean home is important. If you're going to even have a house, this is why you have to keep up with certain things in the house, because it can affect your life, it can affect your health, right? Those kids was exposed to so many things. I don't even know if I actually even believe her, if those kids actually even went to school, and if they did, I'm sure that someone at school could have seen that something was going on or something was wrong, right? And what we need to point out is, if it got to the point where this little girl pretty much lost her life, that means she was sick for a very long time. It just so happened, her little body wasn't able to endure it anymore, and that her brother was a little stronger than her, per se. But they were both in the same environment, dealing with mold, spores, rotten food, carbon monoxide, fentanyl, meth, all this around them in the atmosphere, being smoked around them probably touching things that have that. It's really bad. It's a really bad situation. And prayers to that little girl, that she had to go through that. Prayers to the son that has to live on knowing that, he wasn't in a healthy environment by his own parents, and that he lost his sibling. That's a lot to take too, to take into as well. Man, I know that sometimes a lot of people say, hey, it's better for kids to be with their parents. And normally I would agree. But if it's situations like this, or even if it's like a physical type of child abuse where they're actually physically putting hands on the child, stuff like that, the child is not in the best place by being with the parent. We have to just sometimes admit that, the villains of the story could be the actual parent sometimes, right? It's tough. It's a tough situation. Very, very, very tough. That hurts my heart. Really does hurt my heart. Let's see. Oh no, somebody in here said they 9 years old. Okay, I'm gonna have to remove you. I'm gonna have to remove you. You can't be 9 years old. Can't be 9 years old, right? No, not you being nine. Oh my God. Is everybody 9 and 10? What's wrong with y'all? Y'all gotta get out of here. What y'all doing with that adult thing? I know I have to set this with adult. Jasper said, why didn't the school report CPS from the get-go if they seen something going on? That's why I said, Josh, that's why I don't believe that they were going to school or they were actively enrolled in school, because they would have seen something was going on, whether it's looking at their eyes, their pupils, looking at their skin. You see these things. You see these things. So for her to say that they were going to school, and this has been going on for a while, you can look at that house, the way how that house looks didn't happen overnight. That was something that accumulated over time. Man, listen. All right. Not everybody being 9 years old. What y'all look, 9 years old, y'all can't be in here, okay? Y'all gotta have to go and go watch some video games, cartoons or something. I don't know. What do the 9 years old do today? I don't even know anymore. All right, good folks. I do have one more case for you. Go ahead and hit the like button for me. Truly appreciate it. It helps the channel. Or you can hit the down button. It still helps the channel. Share this out to anyone who's into looking at these type of cases, this type of true crime case. Like I said before, we go over many different cases here. We go through old ones, we go through cold cases, we go through current cases, new cases, whatever you like. We discuss it over here. Okay. All right. And let's see. The next case that I have for you, good folks, is about a pastor. A pastor realized she is never going home. From when I saw a little bit about this particular case, it had to do with I think a child or a young adult losing their life, and it had to do with a house fire. But it seems that the house fire wasn't an accident. Someone actually caused the fire to go up in flames. So we're gonna look into it. I thought it was very interesting, and we'll check this out. Hi Becky, how are you? Good to see you. Good to see you. Shout out to you. Happy Saturday to you, and welcome to the channel. Welcome, 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 man. Welcome. All right. Let's see. So Becky said that you can call me mama. No. Well, I mean, I can call you ma'am. I'll call you ma'am if you like that, Miss Becky. If you like that, I'll call you ma'am. I'll tell you one thing. I know I might look young, Miss Becky, but I'm not. I'm not. All right, let me go ahead and pull this up. I hope you guys can see my screen, and here we go.
Fire. They would find 61-year-old Georgia Griffin lying in the woods outside of her home. It appeared that Georgia had been stabbed over 27 times, and whoever had attacked her had also set her home on fire and left her for dead. Georgia was able to crawl to safety before her home went up in flames.
Hi,
Thankfully, she was still alive,
so much.
so paramedics rushed her to the hospital. Meanwhile, police spoke with friends and family, and they were able to narrow it down to two suspects: 39-year-old Kim Williams and her husband, 42-year-old Lenoris. Georgia was known locally as a spiritual healer, and the couple would go to her home often to receive counseling. The police immediately arrested both suspects and brought them in for questioning. The first thing the detectives notice is both suspects have wounds on their hands.
I really don't know what happened. I don't know. Only thing, like I seen you yesterday. That there we standing around, and I don't think I just knew that. I just seen the house, this on fire, and then I just jumped out my truck to help. I don't know what else. I don't know what else could occur. I don't know.
What happened to your hand?
Kim rambles on incoherently for 10 minutes without answering the question. She claims that she and her husband were there when the fire broke out, but they were nowhere near the house.
Let's go ahead and get past it. We know he was in the house. We know you were in the house.
No, I wasn't in the house.
You sure about that?
I'm positive. I wasn't in the house.
So y'all got there,
That's it.
and the house was smoking.
Well, actually, to be honest with you, I was asleep because, like I said, he asked me to ride him somewhere. I was asleep. To be honest, like I said, I take Benadryl, and I was asleep. I was at home sleeping. He asked me to ride with him or whatever. I said, well, I can't drive because I'm not finna run off the road or anything. That's all. I mean, I don't think I tried to do. I tried to help or whatever, and that's.
What did you do to try to help?
Well, actually, I'm like, what's going on? And I hear a lot of people screaming and hollering and stuff, and I'm like, I'm sitting all like the door. I'm like, what's going on?
So where was Lenoris while you were sitting there?
Well, actually, when I woke up, like I said, I was asleep. Understand what I'm saying? He woke me up, asked me to go. That's all I got to say about the situation, and that's it. My mouth, is I can't say nothing that I don't know none of this about.
Miss Kim, I'm gonna be straight with you. I think you do know what's going on, and that's why you don't want to talk to me, but you're exercising your right to remain silent, and I'm going to respect that.
So what are you charging me with if I don't have no anything or don't, I mean...
You're going to be charged with aggravated assault and arson.
Why would you charge me with arson if I don't have anything?
Okay. So, yeah, Lark. I'm laughing. I'm laughing too on the inside. I am. Hi, Adeline. How are you doing? Happy Saturday to you. Hope everything is well. Hope everything is well. So the problem with this situation is that when the house was burned, they were still able to review the remains that was in the house. Whoever was in the house was stabbed over 30 times. It just so happens that this lady has I guess marks or bruises or even a cut on her hand, but she was at the scene of the crime. She was also I guess maybe the witness, or who knows, surveillance cameras, who knows. We don't even know necessarily the area. They know that she was at the house. She's trying to make it seem that she was asleep. She woke up and then all of a sudden she came on the scene from the house being on fire. That's not what happened. You were there. And then all of a sudden a fire occurred. You wasn't near the fire, you didn't see the fire, but you just so happen to have wounds on your hands as if you was involved in something. Fresh wounds too, right? These are not old wounds that were like 3 days ago, 5 days ago, starting to form a scab. These are fresh wounds that you have your hand wrapped on. And that I don't know is not going to cut it. It's not going to cut it because people need to understand. Usually, when you're sitting in the seat with these investigators, they have a good amount of evidence against you or whoever else. They just need more information to make sure that they can make it stick, right? Right? They can make sure that they can make it stick. They want to make sure they dot their I's and cross all their T's in this situation. They're just not coming to you out of thin air. They're not. All right. Let's see. Courtland, hi, how are you? Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday. Chance said, dang, she did it. I think she did do it. Yes, absolutely. Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday. Ranton, how are you? How are you? I'm sorry. I'm saying it wrong. It's Ratonia. Ratonia, how are you? Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday. And Becky or Miss Becky says she acts like she's stripping. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Let's see. School education. How did you get your CSI degree or job? I would love to start my career. Well, go to school. Go to school. Hey, Miss J, welcome back. Welcome back. She said, I tried Coursera, but it's not working for me. No, you can't do Coursera. You need to actually take some classes, real classes. Go to any institute and if they have any classes when it has to do with criminal law or penal law, yeah, that should work. That should definitely work. Bro, hi, how are you doing? Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday. Yeah, this is a new stream, Miss J. I was having problems with the other one. Cakey Bakey, Strawberry. Oh, that's a cute name. How are you? Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday to you. Happy Saturday. But let's go on. Let's see what else she has to say. Because apparently she was just sleeping. Someone woke her up to go somewhere with her. And she ran down on the scene.
Do with an arson.
You had your chance to give your side of the story. And you chose not to talk to me. So
y'all just pin charges on somebody that
listen to me. I don't pin charges on anybody.
I did.
I don't take out arrest warrants unless probable cause exists to arrest somebody. Like I said, I would have loved to have talked to you about everything, but you decided to vote your right to remain silent.
Happy Saturday.
So what I'm saying is, yes, I did. But if I'm being quiet about something, what can I say if I don't know nothing about nothing? I mean, come on now. I mean, just because I might didn't finish school, I'm not a dummy.
Kim refused to talk to the detectives anymore, so she would be sent back to jail. Based on the evidence, the investigators believe that she is the one who stabbed Georgia, so this was not the last time she would be interrogated. Meanwhile, her husband, Lenoris, was put into the same interrogation room, so he could be interviewed.
You said a minute ago that y'all were trying to help her out. Tell me what happened yesterday.
Okay, we went out there and it was a car. We was sitting down there.
Who's we?
Me and my wife, and it's a boy walked in. He walked in the place
Hi,
and he
Kenny.
walked back.
How are you?
He stayed about it. I can't remember the right time, how long he stayed in there. I'm gonna say like 20, 25 minutes. He came out, he looked it up, kept looking it up. He pulled off, and we seen that, and we seen smoke, like some smoke. So we went. I got out, we got out, and I couldn't see. I'm trying to get to this woman, but that thick smoke, it's in me, so I got to come out and get a little air. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to get to this woman, trying to get help out. So when I did, I told my wife, I said, hold on, let me go get her son-in-law. He was outside. So I ran up there and got him. So he came back. He ran down there. He looked at me.
Lenoris claims that they were at George's house, waiting for their turn with the spiritual healer. While they were waiting, he saw an unknown male go into the home, and when the male came back out, the house was on fire.
She knew spiritual work.
Okay.
You know what spiritual work is?
Not really.
If I say it, y'all ain't gonna tell nobody.
Yeah, I ain't gonna tell nobody.
I promise. Because I don't really want to say it.
Okay. No. Yeah, I've heard of it. Yeah.
Witchcraft. Mm-hmm. That what happened to me and my wife. Somebody messed us up.
You talking about Kim?
Yes. She would tell you. Somebody messed her up. No, it wasn't her. I don't think it was her. But
And what did they do to mess y'all up?
When I went to see the lady, right?
The lady you talking about, Miss Georgia?
Yes, sir.
And you said you was paying tithes?
We were paying tithes. Like,
to her?
Yes.
So you don't know how much she was giving her?
It was a lot.
A lot.
It was a lot. Like, it was $375. Then one time we paying $150. I'm like, I don't see no improvement. We go see her today. Yeah, we ain't got no money. She gonna help us. But that's a pastor now.
Saturday.
If you paying tithe, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you paying tithe, be real with me now. And you ain't prospering. What y'all gonna do? Be real now.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna
stop, right?
You know, it's like if I'm ain't catching fish with this kind of bait, I'm gonna quit buying it.
So why put yourself in a deeper hole when you know you ain't prospered once before?
Right. So what were y'all going out for yesterday?
We were gonna go back there and we're gonna talk to her. My understanding is if you going to see a pastor, right? And they help you, you shouldn't come back no more.
Detectives are always looking for motive, especially in murder cases. It appears that Lenoris and his wife would pay for counseling from Georgia, but no matter how many times they went, their lives never seemed to get better. The couple believed that Georgia was extorting them for their money.
What were y'all doing? What were y'all going out there for yesterday?
Yeah, it seems that like when you hear about people getting stabbed, even sometimes when they get shot, right? But definitely when it's stabbing involved, that's personal, right? That's a personal situation. It takes a lot of force to stab someone, right? Cutting is different depending on how sharp the knife is. But when you actually stab someone, that amount of force, that's a personal situation. So they was going to this lady for counseling. They were paying for counseling, and I guess they didn't feel like the counseling was working. So they felt that she was pretty much taking their money or scamming them. But I don't see how they correlate that, because even with counseling, the counselors can only do but so much. This is what logical people know, right? Logical people know that the counselors can only do but so much because it takes the person to apply what they learn in counseling. You can send anybody to school, right? And they can get the same education. Then you're going to have individuals who's going to be A student, and you're going to have individuals who's going to be D students, because the way how they process the information that they learn, the effort, the determination, the focus is going to be different in every individual. So for the fact that they thought, the first thing that went to their head is that this woman is scamming us when you're paying for a service, is kind of like absurd to me, because you got a service. You did get a service, right? Especially in this situation. If you was sitting down, you was speaking with her, she was giving you, letting y'all, get your thoughts out, having y'all do that shadow work amongst each other, even your individual work about yourselves, you was getting what you paid for. I don't understand what they thought. They thought that she was supposed to like be a wizard and come out with her wand and pop, your situation is is all good. I don't know. That's just kind of weird to me. Definitely kind of weird to me. TKO said home life. Yeah. Let's see. All right, let's go on a little bit more. So he's given a little information. And again, like you guys, y'all can see his hand, right? His hand is also cut too, freshly cut. He has his thumb wrapped up. This is crazy. This is really crazy. Oh, Shadow. What's up, Nemesis? How you doing? Thank you so much for the $5 support. I truly, truly appreciate you, sir. Thank you. Thank you very, very much. All right, let's go on a little bit more.
We're going to talk to her, ask her we needed help.
Who was there when y'all pulled up?
I don't know them people.
Was there a lot of cars?
It was two other cars, but they had two people in one car. And
all right, so I guess it's customary that if you pull up somebody else in there, you wait on them.
You go out there, you're going to sit 2 or 3 hours.
Okay.
You're going to sit 2 or 3 hours. I know this. We went out there one time, about 15. We went out there probably about around 10 o'clock or something she opened. And we about like 4 or 5 cars out there. It might be 2 people in one car. And if I know we seen smoke, and I went in the house. I'm trying to see was she okay. But it was so smoked up in there, it was getting thick smoke, so I came back out.
What did you do? You said you busted the windows to try and get some of the smoke out?
Yeah, no, I'm trying to help this woman. I mean, even though she did it wrong, but I don't treat people different from what they do to me. I let God handle it. I let God handle them. Man, I'm telling you, we ain't have nothing to do with this. We trying to help this woman.
How did you cut your hands?
I told you, glass. I didn't glass.
Okay, how did you break out the glass?
With my hand.
The detective decides it's time to confront Lenoris and call him out for his lies. He pulls out the knife that was used, as well as a receipt for the knife and the duct tape. Investigators were able to locate video footage at a nearby Dollar General that shows Lenoris buying the knife and the duct tape just hours before the attack.
Lenoris, I think some more things happened yesterday. As a matter of fact, I know some more things happened. And that...
Didn't they have a show? Correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't they have a show of the world's dumbest criminals? I swear they had a show. Maybe they need to bring that back out again, because I really am not understanding the first video that we went through. The lady who decided to unalive her husband or her fiance that she lived with, she did Google searches on her phone literally 5 hours prior to shooting him in the head, right? This now they are literally caught in a store buying duct tape and buying the knife and everything, and they I don't understand. Like, we are in a digital world, folks. You are being surveilled everywhere. There's a camera everywhere. Everywhere. Stores, streets, malls, around the school, you name it. There's a camera everywhere. You think that people are not going to realize or go back and see, hey, maybe they purchased these things at a certain time. Let's see if we can find if they purchased these things at a certain time. Then the products that we have, they all have serial numbers, right? So I understand why they try to destroy the evidence. They try to destroy the knife. They try to destroy her body. If they had any of their DNA on her, they wanted to make sure that was destroyed. They try to burn the whole thing down and cover themselves up. But if it's not enough time for everything to burn up, that can still be extracted too, right? And it's just crazy that, you know, people will go to this length and they want to be criminals and they want to do these crimes, but then you're doing the stupidest thing. You putting yourself and catching yourself on camera, buying the items that you're going to use. Like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't even want to know. I don't even know. I want to know where they even get that logic from, because I think that's a benefit to us, at the fact that they're that stupid. I really do. I really do. It was produced in Knox. Oh, okay, Brucey. Okay. All right. Thank you, Brucey. Thank you. All right, let's go on. Let's hear what else he has to say. Now they're going to stop playing games with him. They see, obviously, that he is disingenuous. He's not going to be forthcoming. And he clearly showed that he wasn't going to be forthcoming in the beginning, because if y'all was paying attention to his body language, which I always tell y'all to do, he had his arms crossed in the beginning when he was telling the story. So that just let me know that he was already standoffish and he wasn't trying to give that much information. I do say that it was quick on his head, or quick in his head, to state that he cut his hand. The reason why his hands is cut up, because he broke the glass trying to go in there and super save, right? And put his cape on and save this lady. But clearly that's not the case, because they found the knife, and I'm sure that the knife still has some form of DNA on it. But let's go on.
That's why I'm here, is to get your side of the story and understand fully what happened. But I know that some of the things you've already told me might not be all the truth.
I mean, that's what
I've got evidence to suggest otherwise, and I'm here to hear from you and for you to tell me. And you know, if something went astray that wasn't as planned, then that's fine. But now is your time to tell me. You know what that is?
That's a knife.
Mm-hmm. You know what that receipt's for?
A knife?
And what else?
And duct tape. That's what it say right now.
Do you recognize that receipt?
No, I mean...
You ought to. Because that's the receipt the teller at Dollar General handed you when you purchased that knife and that duct tape.
I didn't do it.
Okay.
I know I can't get no bond. I know I can't. Right?
That's not up
to us. We go with what you tell us. We present everything to a judge, and they decide that, man.
Lenoris changes his story. This time, while he and his wife were in Georgia's home, Georgia attacked him with a knife, and during the struggle, a candle fell and lit the house on fire. This contradicts the evidence, which showed that gasoline had been poured over the home before the fire was lit.
So what hand was she holding the knife in?
All right.
Ooh, that is crucial. That is crucial right there. So apparently the gasoline was poured prior to lighting the house on fire. So since everything is starting to look premeditated, that they wanted to harm this lady because they had a vendetta against her, believing that she was charging them $100 or $200 for counseling. And they felt that she was scamming them out of their money because the counseling wasn't working. Now it begs to believe that maybe they poured the gasoline around the house prior to that day that they even went to go, confront her on the matter, right? That makes it stick even more that this was premeditated. Outside of the fact that of the receipt of the knife and the duct tape being bought a day before. This is crazy. This is crazy. And I just don't really, I really don't understand why people want to go to this extreme. But then again, I don't have their same thought process and I don't think like this. So, yeah, I guess we're going to just leave it up to, we will never know.
Came at you. How did you block it?
Like that. And she hit me right there.
So what did you do to her? You said y'all scuffled. Explain that to me a little bit.
I pushed the line. We came there for help. You know, for girl problems.
And she's just, you're there for her to help you, and she's there to extort you, basically, to try and get money out of you. How did gas get on your clothes?
It was some gas in there. She had ammonia, too.
Gas and ammonia in the house? So how did it get on you?
I rented it.
Hi, Ozzy. Welcome back.
All this going on, I didn't want to pay no attention.
Dubai.
You see what I'm saying?
Happy Saturday.
And I rented gas just spilled on me.
Okay.
No.
Did you catch on fire?
No, no.
Where was the gas can at in the room? Or was it in a can, or was it in a jar, or
like a little bottle or something?
A little bottle. So did you take that knife with you, just in case she tried to do something on you, just so you'd have it to protect yourself with?
I took it, but I didn't go to kill and try to do that to her.
No, but you took it there with you, right?
Yes, I did, but I didn't.
Where'd you keep it? In your pocket or something?
Yes.
I don't think you went there to kill nobody.
I didn't go to kill nobody. I just want my money back. I just want my love, my marriage, career, everything that was mine and my wife, we wanted it back.
That she took from y'all?
She did.
What you telling me is just, it's still not adding up completely.
What you mean not adding up?
Because Miss Georgia had some injuries to her. So I know you didn't just push her down.
I bet. I swear. I promise. I promise you.
It was either you or Kim. So one thing that you need to make up in your mind is, do you want to take the ride? Do you want Kim to take the ride? Or do you want both of you to take the ride? And now is your time, and now is your place to tell me, to be that good man that I know you can be.
I didn't stab.
So y'all know the drill. Y'all know the tactic that the detective is using. He's using the divide and conquer tactic, triangulation tactic. He's betting on the self-preservation and survival mode of this individual to will. At first he wasn't trying to say anything, but eventually he got caught in a lot of stuff that he was saying that was kind of, stupid. And he kind of gave up a couple of things while he was talking to the detective. So now the approach is like, listen, I mean, somebody's going to take the big, right? Is it going to be you, or is it going to be the other lady who's going to take the bid? Y'all clearly have let us know that y'all had animosity against this woman. You clearly let us know that you went back to confront her, as in getting your money back because you felt that the services that she was giving you was a scam. It didn't help anything. Also mentioning that the fact that you did buy a weapon, you did buy duct tape. So that's kind of that's kind of leading to the fact that you was going to intimidate her one way or the other. You was going to be aggressive to her. So you wasn't going over there just to have a conversation. You already came prepared that you was going to get your money back, right? One way or the other, you was going to get your money back, or it was going to be hell to pay. So now he's banking on him to just tell the truth. Do you want to save yourself? Because clearly we know that they're going to get first degree murder and it's going to be life in prison, And also depending on the state, they could probably be put on death row. Who knows? But we definitely know that that's going to be the situation. That's going to be the situation. And the funny thing about it is, even if let's say, for example, if I believe him, which I don't. I do believe that he did stab her. It was his knife that he purchased, even though the other woman was with him. And he admitted that he had the knife on him. The knife wasn't on her, right? But that's not saying that she didn't take a couple of stabs at her either. But the point is, you bought the knife, right? You bought the knife and you know that you used the knife. Man, listen, I don't know. Yes, prayers up for everyone's safety, Ozzy. Prayers up for everyone's safety. Brucey said, I didn't stab her. I didn't hear the detective tell him how she was killed. Right, exactly. He said that she had wounds. That's what the detective said. That's why I'm glad, I love the crew that I have over here. Y'all are learning a lot, and I really, really enjoy it. He said that she had wounds. He didn't say that that she was stabbed. And then on top of that, just because he said that there was a knife and he showed him a receipt, that doesn't necessarily mean anything, right? It really doesn't. The fact that he even said that I didn't stab her is kind of like pretty much telling yourself that you did stab her. That you did stab her. Yes. That you did use the knife on her. Or if you didn't use the knife on her, you definitely used the knife to try to scare her, right? It's crazy. Let's go on.
Or whatever y'all say, injured, whatever.
I never said you stabbed. The only three people that were in that house when it caught fire was you, Kim, and George.
The detective believes that not only was Kim the mastermind behind the attack, but she was also the one who stabbed Georgia. Lenoris' part was to burn the house down. The detectives are told that Kim wants to speak with them again, so they give it one last try to get Lenoris to tell them the truth.
Cause y'all ain't gonna look at it as self-defense or nothing, right? Y'all don't do self-defense in Georgia.
Georgia has some of the best self-defense laws in the country, and I believe it was self-defense. But in order for me to prove that and to show that to people, you have to be 100% truthful with me. And
what the hell is he talking about self-defense? Not him trying to gaslight the detectives. Oh, yeah, I don't believe in self-defense. It's not self-defense when you went to her establishment. It's not self-defense when you came into her establishment with a weapon and duct tape. It's not self-defense when you positioned yourself to jump her 2 versus 1. It's not self-defense when you purposely was going to try to force her to give your money back. And if she ends up defending herself, you cannot no longer now claim self-defense. Not in that point. Now, if she ended up being the aggressor and you was getting your ass whooped, that's something different. But that's not the case. That's not the case at all. Now, not you want to gaslight them, talk about, oh, yeah, I don't believe in self-defense. It's not self-defense, sir. Y'all went over there and you admitted you went over there because you wanted your money and you thought that you was being scammed by this woman. That's not self-defense. You went over there with weapons. That's not self-defense. So I don't understand where you getting that at. It's not self-defense, you going over there and forcing the issue or trying to force someone to give back or return back your money because you feel that you got scammed. That's not self-defense. And I don't know who told him that. I don't know where he thinks that he can apply that in the situation, but you're sorely mistaken. You're sorely mistaken. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Now, the only thing that you can do in this situation is either, first of all, what's the number one rule we say over here on this channel? Keep your goddamn mouth closed. Quiet. Cállate. Cállate a boca. We say these things over here because these people are not your friends. They're not your friends. They're here to get the truth. That's all they are. They're here to collect truth, collect evidence, and they'll present it to the prosecutor to do whatever they want with it. They're not here to help you. They're not here to help you. You should have just stayed quiet. Try to get a lawyer. And and then from there start your start getting your lawyer to set up the narrative that it was perceived self-defense or things escalated, it got out of hand, but you had no intentions of going over there to harm this lady, but eventually it came to the point that someone got harmed, right? And we didn't know about this fire situation. It was an electrical fire, even though they could find out whether or not if it was a fire that was intentionally, created, or if it was something that was electrical or whatever, not in the building. But you can let it, let things play out the way it needs to play out. You already talked and you already did too much. You already exposed yourself. You already exposed to them that you're scared. You already exposed to them that you are in your self-preservation mode and that you're a top candidate to snitch. That's why they came to you. Now, the only reason why they're going to go speak to that other girl, because the other girl who wouldn't give them no information, she's kind of realizing that, you know what, they probably got to old boy and I need to now save myself. So I need to go ahead and talk to these detectives because old boy probably ratted me out. That's the only reason why that's happening. And this is why their triangulation tactics work. It works, It doesn't matter how simple it is. It really does work in this type of situation. But let's go on.
You have to tell me exactly what happened.
She charged her. She charged.
I believe you.
Because she found out she probably figured out that we knew what she did.
Just tell me this. Did you use that knife to defend yourself? Yes or no?
I had to.
Is that a yes?
I had to. Because she charged me with she had a lot of things in her too. I didn't know what she had on her. She charged me. She charged her what we were. I grabbed and pushed her down. She tried to get back up. She tried to grab around. I don't know what she's trying to reach at.
Mm-hmm.
But you charged at me, I got the rights.
Mm-hmm.
She charged at me.
And then what did you have to do when you had to protect yourself?
She did. She hit me. What I mean by this.
So then you had to get your knife?
Yes, sir.
And where did you stab her to defend yourself?
I did hit a couple times. I can't remember. But she charged at me for her.
What about Kim? What was Kim's role in all this? She wasn't the one telling you to do this? What were you going to use the duct tape for?
I was going to my mom was going to duct tape her, but I didn't.
Okay, what were you going to duct tape her for?
I don't know.
And I'm just asking.
I'm just being real. I don't know. I don't know.
To make her get the spirits off of you?
I was going to ask her why you did me like that. Why you made my life and my wife's life.
Did you get the duct tape her?
No.
Okay. Did Kim know that was the plan when y'all went there?
No.
She didn't.
Lenoris would not tell on his wife, and he continued to claim that he acted in self-defense. The detectives tell him they need to take a break, and they go into another room where Kim is waiting to speak with them.
He's a jokester, he's a person that he like to joke around with. I didn't take it.
Shout out to Sweetheart with sending the floating heart for 10 jewels. Thank you so much, Sweetheart. We truly appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you so much, dear. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I wanted to make sure I get that out there. And she found us. She found us again. Yes, she did. She found us again, Miss J. You're having trouble with the vertical string? What's the problem, Miss J? What's the problem? Let me know.
Serious. I didn't take it seriously. Well, maybe he just joking, didn't know that he was just so serious about it.
I'm moving here. I don't like the table being between us.
So by him saying the thing that he was gonna do, because he'll say that about anybody. He'll say like sometimes he'll joke, I'm gonna kill you. He'll tell me that. I just look at it as a joke, but I didn't know that it was gonna go, that far.
Well, how y'all know Georgia? Let's back way up. How y'all know her?
Okay, she used to be my pastor way back.
I know the slang term is a root doctor. Yeah. But it's basically mixing substances together, praying over it, and kind of creating some sort of spell or something. Is that right? Okay. How do you put roots on somebody?
Well, you can perform spells on people. Mm-hmm. Like she said that the person performed a spell on me to try to kill me.
Is root work a form of hoodoo and voodoo, or?
Kim explains that Georgia was a root doctor who would perform spiritual cleansings and create charms with the goal of addressing issues like bad luck, love, and protection. Kim also claimed that similar to Georgia, she too was a spiritual healer and a pastor with her own small congregation. The detective listens to Kim talk about spells and herbs, hoping she will get more comfortable with him and tell him the truth.
Do root workers get paid?
Oh yeah.
Who pays them?
The customers.
For their services?
Whatever they want done.
In a year's time, how much would you estimate that you pay?
It was every week. I was probably taking Miss Georgia. I promise you, my husband might bring home like $1,000. I'd probably take Miss Georgia $300 or $400 a week or more.
Wow.
This how it started. I was having.
Okay, so that makes more sense. All right. That makes more sense. So this was root work. No, not voodoo, Miss J, not voodoo. Hoodoo with an H, not voodoo. Root work. So yeah, that makes a little bit more sense why they took the approach of the stabbing and also burning the house, right? And if they did believe that this woman took their money and instead of blessing them, she cursed them, or curse them to harm their relationship, harm themselves, or things of that sort. And her even saying that she dabbled in root work herself, which I think is a little bit of an oxymoron to be a root worker and also a pastor, is because those are just two different ideologies, right? Because being a pastor, depending on if you're a part of the big three religion, that would be looked at. Root work would be looked at like pagan rituals and things of that sort. Devil work, that's what they would look at it. So they don't really, those things don't really mix and combine, because literally hoodoo in itself is its own religion, and the spells and the things that they do, and using the spirits and herbs and all these things that's plentiful for us, right? But I'm just saying it does explain why they would do that, because anybody who knows some things about root work, fire is cleansing. Fire is a cleansing. So yeah. Yes, with the H, hoodoo. Voodoo comes from mostly from Haiti, whereas hoodoo is usually African and African American kind of thing going on. Yeah, hoodoo. Yeah, you can look it up. Brucey, you're a hot mess. Go in the corner. Let's go. There's nothing to laugh at. Okay, let's go.
No problem with another warlock. He's a man witch, and I was asking some females. I was like, "Do y'all know anybody that can help me with this situation?" Hey, he said, "You got about $2 or $3 more." I said, "What you need it for?" He said, "I just need to go to the store." And I said, "You need to go to the store?" He said, "Yeah." I said, "What you going to the store for?" He said, "Just give me the money." He said, "I'm tired of bitches. I'm just tired of bitches with me." Mm-hmm. I heard him mumbling. He like, I'm gonna get that bitch. So I laid back and went to sleep. Mm-hmm. Then the next thing I know, he came back. Mm-hmm. when he came back or whatever and stuff, I heard some bad rumbling or whatever, and he woke me. He said, "You feel like taking me?" I said, "Where you been anyway?" He said, "I went to Dollar General." I said, "What you went there for?" He said, "Don't worry about it."
What happens when you get to Miss Georgia's house? Excuse me. What happened when you get there?
I was asleep, but when we pulled up and I woke, I seen like 2 other vehicles out there. When I wake up, I see like fire. I see like fire. Like I'm like, what the hell going on? What the hell going on? So I'm jumping out the truck. I don't know what's going on here and stuff. And he came running from running. I said, what's going on? What's going on? He was like, I'm trying to help her out the house. He was like, I'm trying to help Miss George out the house or whatever. I said, what's going on?
Kim claims that she was sleeping while waiting for her turn to see the spiritual healer. When she woke up, she saw that the house was on fire and Lenoris was exiting the home, saying he was trying to help her.
Why did you call 911?
My phone was dead.
Okay.
My phone had been dead since, it been dead since that morning.
Did you see Lenoris with a knife? And you also mentioned tape or something like that.
Yeah, I seen something like some paper with some tape. Like, okay, you know how you have the gray tape?
Like duct tape?
I guess that's what they call it. Yeah, that's why I see
wide, or pretty wide.
Yeah.
You saw him with that?
That's got to be where it comes from, because like I said, think about what I said. He woke me up and he asked me, he said, do you got $3 or $4? I said, what you need to do is don't worry about that.
I think you told me some of the truth, but you haven't told me the whole truth.
What you mean by that?
Because I know that you were in George's house that day.
No.
And the reason I know that is because your husband told me you were, as well as Miss Georgia, because she lived, right?
I don't know. I don't know the situation. I don't know.
She's alive. And she talked to me for a long time.
The detective is bluffing when he says he has spoken with Georgia. He is correct that she was still alive, but she would remain unconscious for 8 more days while she recovered from her injuries.
I know you were in the house, and your shirt and your clothes are currently at my crime lab, and they're going to test the blood that's on it. And I'm 99.9% sure it's probably going to come back as George's, which is going to put you in that house. And that's something that I'm willing to look past if you're willing to tell me the truth, man.
Lenard was in the house.
And you. Where Lenoris went to the Dollar General in Bainbridge at 8:58 a.m. and purchased a roll of duct tape and a paring knife. That receipt was in your purse.
I don't know how it get in there. You must put it in there.
But that's your purse.
That's my purse. I don't know how it get in there.
But you didn't touch it. So last time you saw it was in the vehicle, and you were in the vehicle.
Well, he must put it in there, and that's the go-ahead truth.
I know that Lenoris was the aggressor in all this. There's no doubt in my mind in it, because I've got him on video buying a knife and duct tape. I've got him on video going to the Shell station buying 60 cents worth of gasoline. I know that he is heavily involved in all this. But one thing we got to get past, and you tell me the truth on, that I know is the truth, is the fact that you were in that house.
Let me
tell you this. I would rather you not say anything at all than you tell me something that is not the truth.
You do.
This is your time to be a witness.
It could be Louisiana.
And to tell what really happened and what you really saw. Or you can stick to this lie that I can disprove, and then you're going to be a co-defendant right beside Lenoris. You were in that house, Kim.
He did it. He did it to that woman.
I know he did. But I also know that you were in that house, right? Yes.
He did it.
Yeah, but you were in the house, weren't you? Kim?
Yeah, he did it.
I know Lenoris did it. And you saw it, didn't you? You're nodding your head yes. Is that a yes?
Can you promise me that I'm going to be okay?
Kim, nobody's going to hurt you. You're nodding your head yes. That he stabbed her? That Lenoris stabbed Jordan? I need you to say yes or no.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
The detective believes that it was Kim who stabbed Georgia and not her husband, but that doesn't matter because his goal was to get Kim to admit she was in the home.
Open up your right hand. You see that mark? You're right-handed, ain't you?
So what?
You're right-handed. You see the angle of that right there? You know what that cuts from? When you hold a sharp object and you hit a sharp object, you see what happened to that pen? My hand slid down. And on a knife, the part you hold in your hand is the handle, right? When you hit a sharp object with that knife and it slides down like it did on this pen.
Yeah, eventually I knew he was going to get to the truth because they both have injuries to their hands. He already knew that the guy went and got the knife and stuff like that from the receipt. It's crazy that she went ahead and put the receipt in her purse and tried to say that he would put the receipt in the purse. That don't make no sense. And this is why I say, like, you know, sometimes the world's dumbest criminals, because why would you keep the receipt? Are you going to return back the duct tape and the knife from Dollar General? Why wouldn't you get rid of the receipt? Instead, no, you done put the receipt in your purse. Then you gonna go in there, and that's the same. Like, and that's why, you know, she's definitely just as much as guilty. Of course, they're gonna put it together that yes, she's probably the main one that was stabbing the victim. But you had, if let's say if she didn't stab her, and let's say that she did go in there thinking that they were gonna have a conversation with her to get their money back. You knew what he was doing to the point when he came, he asked you for $4. You gave it to him. You were in the car with him, sitting in the car. He came back from Dollar General with duct tape and a knife. You seen the duct tape and the knife. You literally put the receipt in your purse. You went with him inside. You already had an idea that he was going to do something to this woman to get her to give y'all money back. That's where the problem lies, where you're no longer a bystander or let alone a victim. You are a culprit, right? You are a culprit. You are a part of doing this to this woman because you knew up until you got out that car what time it was. And you stayed in that house or that building with her while he did the deed. Not once did you fight him and say, what the hell you doing? Not once did you call 911. In fact, you went along with the lie afterwards after y'all torched the place. And then, you know, to sit up there and consider yourself a religious woman, a pastor, and you doing something like this. Oh man, I would just say just be careful where you go get your religious teachings and followings from, because not everyone is supposed to be able to spread the word of the good book. I'm just saying. I can't even say it any other way than but that.
It slides down that blade. Look at that angle right there of that pen in my hand. That is the same angle as that wound on your hand. And if Lenoris forced you to do that, then now is your time to tell me. And I got you with a wound on your hand that I can easily describe to a jury that it came from slipping down the blade of a knife. He told me what happened. And you know what? He's got wounds on his hands very similar to yours.
I think Lenoris ain't stupid enough to tell on himself. You think Lenoris gonna say he'll tell on himself?
Mm-hmm. What would I have to do to make you believe it?
I have to hear it, but I know y'all ain't got no recording on him.
And if I let you hear it, are you gonna tell me the truth?
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you hear it.
The detective accepts the challenge, and he goes to retrieve the footage of Lenoris telling on his wife.
Lenoris didn't believe it when I told him that you said you were asleep in the car. You two have probably the strongest devotion to one another than anyone I've ever seen.
What you mean by that?
Like belief that the other is not going to tell on the other.
The detective shows Kim footage of her husband, telling him that she stabbed Georgia. Judging by Kim's reaction, she was not ready to hear her husband throwing her under the bus.
The issue here is Lenore's puts himself all up in the middle of this. Plus he's on camera, right? Buying a knife, duct tape, 60-cent worth of gasoline. Well, she's stabbed and her house is burnt down, so hell, it doesn't take anybody to really put that together to realize that he purchased items that were used in her assault, okay? Lenore's makes statements against his own penal interest, meaning he admits to being there. He admits to stabbing her. He also puts you all up in the middle of it, that you were in the middle of it, that you were in the room, that you stabbed, and I want you to hear me out before you say a word, okay?
Okay, finish it up.
That you stabbed Georgia.
You know what I'm saying?
A knife, duct tape, and gasoline is perfectly legal for somebody to purchase. What's not legal to do is to stab somebody. And Lenore's put you in it.
But you didn't see me purchase no item.
It don't matter who purchased it. Lenore's put you in that house stabbing Georgia. Georgia says that you were in there stabbing her. So you know what that is? That's corroborating statements that go against you. So I'm here so that you can tell me the truth and tell me what really happened. And if Lenore's made you participate into something, then now's your chance to tell me. So Kim, you still not going to tell me the truth? We'll say Miss Georgia sides with whoever gives her the most money.
There you go.
So she all about the money.
There you go.
Which is messed up because she should be using her gift to help people.
That's let me write your word down. That's your, I'm gonna write it big for you.
What is that?
That's your motive. When anger hurts you, anger.
A-N-G-E-R.
Anger. Okay.
A-N-G-E-R.
A-N-G-E-R.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kim would not confess to stabbing Georgia, and she claimed her husband was the only one with motive. Investigators believe that Kim also had motive. It appeared that Kim was a self-proclaimed pastor who had become very jealous of how many people followed Georgia. In her mind, if she killed Georgia, Georgia's congregation would follow her. While the investigators waited for Georgia to wake up, Lenoris and his lawyer asked to speak with the detective again.
But really, the argument started that night before, and started from there. She was there snapping. She was like, I'm sick or tired of you and your mama, your sister, and you. She said, I'm tired of me Georgia. So she went in the kitchen and she asked what a knife was. So I had hit the knife on top of the counter, all the knife on top of the counter. And I told her I didn't know. She said, you got 5 seconds to find a knife. So I got off a stool and got on top of the cabinet. She's very dangerous. And I'm not saying it because I'm ready. I really like scared of my wife. And I had to, put the knife on top of the cabinet. And she came back in, she started fussing again. She tired of me Georgia. She tired of me Georgia. I said, I don't have nothing to do with that. That morning, Kimberly gave me $5 and she told me to go get it. Go get the knife and the duct tape. I was scared. And when I went and got it, I gave it to her. And she told me to go in the car. Which she drove out there. I got on the passenger side.
To where?
To Miss Georgia house.
So I'm going to ask you this question because this has been a question of mine throughout this whole case. Okay. Why did you go buy a knife when you had a house full of knives?
She told me to.
Okay.
I was scared because like I told
No, I understand she told you to. I'm just asking really and truthfully, I'm asking out of curiosity because I think Mike and I have had this discussion of why you bought a knife when you already had some. How did y'all get in?
No, we not on the front door. And we sat down like right here, like 2 chairs right here, and she like be right there.
All right, so go ahead. So she's talking to Kim, and they're kind of going back and forth.
And Kimberly started stabbing.
Kimberly get mad, or did it escalate?
Yeah,
or
she just snapped. Like she just started stabbing.
And what were you doing?
I was just looking. Then that's how I got stabbed right here.
How's that?
Cause I was trying to stop her. I put my hand right here, and I got stabbed right here and right here.
She's stabbing her. How many times did she stab her?
I don't know.
A lot, a little, like 2 times. All right. So what made Kim stop stabbing Georgia?
I don't know.
Okay. So after she stopped, what did y'all do?
I ran and got help.
Well, how did the house get set on fire?
I set it on fire.
Who did?
I didn't mean to try. Kimberly really just forced me to do a lot of things.
I understand. But you set the house on fire? How did you go about doing that? Talk me through that.
The gas. And when I went and got help after that.
I understand, and we're going to get to that, Lenoris. And I know this is this is a tough part to go through because this is the part where you played the biggest role in it. And I know that's hard to talk about. You're not sure what knife she used. Did you have a knife?
No, sir.
Did you stab Miss Georgia?
No, sir.
All right. Where did the gas? Did you have the gas on you, or was it on Kim? Or tell me how. Did you carry the gas inside the house?
I had no Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I did. If I'm being honest.
No, man. That's what we're here for, Illinois. Kimberly stopped stabbing her. You got the gas. So you pull out the gas. Where did you pour the gas?
On the floor, I think.
Did y'all use the duct tape?
Not me.
Did Kimberly? What did she do with the duct tape?
I guess she was trying to duct tape and Jordan.
How did she do it?
But it was like when you put it like this, I mean she got it right on her foot, but she didn't really duct tape her.
She put a little bit on her foot, put a little bit of duct tape on Georgia's foot.
Yeah.
Did you hit Miss Georgia with anything?
Not that I can't remember.
Okay. Did you hit her with your hands?
No.
Did you hit her with like a vase or I call it a vase, I call everything a vase, like a cookie jar or some kind of decorative object?
Can't remember. I'm trying to remember. I don't want to tell no lie.
No, I'm
trying to be honest, guy. I want to be honest about everything.
If Miss Georgia said that you hit her, would that be the truth?
She the victim, but I can't remember.
Okay. Let's back up. You don't remember if you hit Miss Georgia.
Can't remember.
Kimberly duct taped her feet, but not very well. Kimberly did the stabbing. You didn't stab. You had a knife with you.
Yes, sir.
Was Miss Georgia moving when y'all left the house? Was she alive?
I went back in the house where she was.
You did?
I promise you.
Okay. Did Kim cut her hand when she was stabbing Miss Georgia?
I didn't know her hand was cut.
It wasn't near as bad as yours. You had blood all over you.
I didn't know she was cut.
I got you. If you and Kimberly were together right now, would you be scared of her?
Yes.
Would you continue y'all's marriage? Did she put witchcraft on you?
Yes, sir, she did. Because she told me, she said that she knew, she said she seen my underwear, and the next time she told me she didn't see him. And I told her, I said, well, you told me you seen my underwear. And she called my auntie and told my auntie, she said that if she see anybody in the woods, don't get scared with her digging up my underwear.
Georgia would eventually wake up after being stabbed 27 times, and she would tell the police what happened. She explained that she was initially struck by Lenoris, but it was Kim who stabbed her. Both Kim and her husband would be charged with aggravated assault and first-degree arson, and they were both sentenced to 40 years in prison. As to why it happened, prosecutors said the couple believed that Georgia had put a curse on them. In their minds, the only way to end their bad luck was to eliminate Georgia. Another theory is that Kim believed she was a pastor, and she was jealous of Georgia's success. What is your theory? Please share it in the comments below.
Woo! So thank goodness this one we had somewhat of a happy ending because the lady did not die. The lady got stabbed multiple times and she made it through. So you know what that tells me? It wasn't her time to go. Okay? It wasn't her time to go. And it's a shame on that couple, really. It's a shame on that couple. I truly do believe it was the other analogy. I think that she was jealous of Georgia because she was a well-known root worker, and this pastor / root worker wanted to start to get her following and her clientele. And you can't do that if you're in a small town and everybody goes to that particular type of individual because they know they're known for what they do. And I think that she probably even concocted the whole plan of saying that no, this Georgia, she put a curse on us and everything like that. And his dumb ass believed it because if his own wife is saying that she's a root worker, he's gonna believe that she knows what she's talking about. So he kind of went along with everything. I think it's sad, but I'm glad that justice is served. 40 years was far a good amount for both of these individuals, and I'm glad that they got that amount of time, and that lady still have her life. I'm glad the lady was still able to get up, breathe air, and tell the tale about what actually happened with her. I think another thing too, it was the money situation that was mainly involved. Not only did she wanted to steal her clientele, they also wanted the money back. They also wanted the money back too. And I think that those were really the main motives in regards to that. Like, she even wrote on the paper anger. So, it's not anger. It's not only just anger. You had jealousy. You had jealousy. You know what I'm saying? You had rage. That's what you had towards that woman. That's what you had towards that woman. But like I said, I'm glad we actually had a good ending. Someone did not lose their life. She was able to tell her own tale. The two culprits are in jail where they need to be at. I mean, they pretty much ratted on each other anyway, right? And that's about it, really, everyone. All right, so guys, those were the 3 cases that I had for today. I just want to apologize for my stream earlier. I don't know what was happening. I got to make it my business to reset my computer entirely before I actually do come on in the situation, because then we'll have that type of situation occur. And I don't want that to happen, because I do know that I have more of my following is on the portrait than the landscape, because I actually started this doing landscape. So I don't want to lose that support, but I do appreciate the ones who do pop on and over to the not landscape, yeah, portrait, and pop onto the landscape. I appreciate that. So I'm not gonna take any more of your time this good, beautiful Saturday. I hope y'all have a great Saturday. Again, before you head out, hit the like button or hit the down button. It doesn't matter. It still helps the channel. Share this out to anyone who is interested in this type of commentary. And if you have any cases that you would like me to go over, go ahead and drop it down in the comment section at the end of this live stream. I read all my comments, guys. I enjoy when y'all do give me comments when you can. I truly appreciate it. I do want to know if you leave me spam comments, if you leave me comments with vulgar, derogatory, discriminating, racist, or whatever that slurs, then no, I'm not going to see your comments, because I have that mode on where those comments and those type of words are not going to pop out. But outside of that, go ahead and leave those cases down there. I will put it in my trusty book, and that will be one of the cases that we will eventually go over on this channel. And I will be back tomorrow. Yes. I'm going to come back tomorrow, because I know I've been away for 2 weeks. It's not my fault, guys. Y'all see what's going on in the world, and we have to get ready. We got to get prepared. We got to get ready, right? So I got to do what I got to do, right? A lot of work. But yeah, I will be back tomorrow with 3 more cases for you guys. So again, thank you so much. I truly appreciate you guys being here, and I will see you tomorrow. Just look out for the notification or hit the bell so you can get the notification, please. All right. I'll talk to you later, everyone. Take care. Bye-bye.